Welcome, everyone, to this edition of Talented Universe, our second for today. And we have another voice contestant who I will I'm going to be mean and let Marcia interviewer. Yeah, the whole thing, interviewer, introducer, everything. So I can just sit back and have a good time. But first, Marcia, how are you doing today?
I am doing great. And it's springtime, ready to go.
Well, there you go. And go ahead and introduce our guest today.
I am tickled pink to introduce to you what some of you may already know from a contestant from The Voice, Kaiya Hamilton from Atlanta, or as we say, Hotlanta. and we're going to have some exciting tidbits and questions for her. And welcome to our show, Kaiya.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yeah. Now I see you have on a T-shirt that says Tailgate Club. Does that mean that you're a sports fan?
That I'm a what fan?
A sports fan?
I am not.
You're not.
I believe this would be considered false advertisement because I don't watch sports really at all.
Well, okay. Well, we'll wait while you go change.
Right. I may have been to one or two tailgates in my lifetime.
But you're not a sports fan.
It's not that I'm not a fan. Like, I'll watch it, but it's like, am I really that interested in what's actually happening?
Okay.
You prefer the food at the tailgate party? Is that what you're telling me?
Exactly. For the food and the drinks, for sure.
There you go.
You'll be the one with the plate. Yeah.
Right.
Well, welcome. And we have been, I personally have also been very interested in your journey so far on The Voice. And so first of all, tell us, you have been talked about as being a wedding singer.
Yes.
So yeah. So
go ahead.
How did you get from being a wedding singer to The Voice?
I've actually been wedding singing now for a long time. I started when I was 19.
Oh, wow.
Actually. I guess it's something that I do and I enjoy it. I love being a wedding singer, especially just being a part of someone's, special day. But I've done it so long, it was like I just kind of wanted to more so venture out and do my own thing now. So that's honestly what encouraged me to audition for The Voice. Yeah.
And I read that you have a repertoire of over 1,000 songs.
I do.
That's that's a lot.
That's a lot.
So how do you just to talk a little bit about the wedding singer part, how do you help somebody choose a wedding song? Or do they mostly come to you and say, "This is what we want"? Or
yeah, so they mostly say this is what they want. Like that they don't really be like, "Oh, what do you think about this?" No. It's pretty much
we want this or
is
nothing.
Exactly. I'm just here to sing. I don't make those kind of decisions, so I don't. Yeah.
And do you find that people choose the same songs over and over again, or you're not too surprised at what song comes up?
There are a few popular ones, I would say. There are some that quite frequently pop up. And then sometimes there's some very interesting ones that I just wouldn't expect for someone to use as a wedding song. But yeah, there are quite a few that's fairly popular for sure.
So when you are looking at doing a wedding for somebody, and there are lots of different genres, as we talked about with Britain earlier. So
yeah.
Do you sing all genres, or do you?
Do I? Yeah, I pretty much sing. I don't even know, R&B to pop to oldies music. Obviously, I have my own style of singing them, but I sing them nonetheless. I sing some rock music. It just kind of depends. But yeah, I consider myself a karaoke machine.
Yes. Before we get off of the wedding singer part of our show, I have a question.
Yes.
Have you talked to your potential clients and they tell you a song that you have no idea what it is and then you have to learn it? Or is that a lot, or just not too often?
Yeah, so like there's there's like a few songs that people frequently use, but the ones on the occasions that I have to like, that's not like the popular ones, I
Right.
have to learn those. I genuinely don't know those songs, had never heard them before. And was actually crazy. In my band, we actually had done Cry to Me before, but it was years ago. I didn't even remember the
You didn't
song
remember
when I
doing
sang it,
it.
Jerry. I didn't even remember doing it. I had to have a person in my band remind me, like, hey, like, we did this song before. And I was like, when did we do this?
1926. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, because that would just freak me out. I mean, especially if you've
Yeah, I
got
was like,
especially if you've got 1,000 songs that you know
right.
and
Well,
and
I've
you would
learned. I wouldn't
that
say
you've learned.
I
Oh,
know them,
but you've
at
learned them.
this
Okay,
point.
okay. We'll be specific in that.
Right.
Do you have to have a cheat sheet with the words or?
No, I actually, in the strangest way, I have the weirdest techniques of learning songs. I can learn a song fairly quickly. Like, it does not take me long to memorize lyrics. I don't even know. It's just something that kind of happens in my brain, and that's how I begin to learn all those songs, honestly.
That's incredible. I mean, I can't. I don't even have that kind of
And
repertoire that I could remember. I'll tell you.
I have to ask this, maybe the last wedding singer question, and then we'll get to the voice. Is when you must have done all types of weddings, small ones, big ones.
Yeah.
Um, do you key your outfit, what you're wearing, to the ceremony or the reception, or how does that work?
Yes and no.
Mm.
I do, but I typically keep everything black. Or like, I may do like a little pop of color, but for the most part it's gonna be black.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's clever. So
Yeah.
then, yeah. Okay.
That can get
So,
expensive. Everybody, has whatever color they want for their wedding. That's expensive.
oh, oh, they can give you a
But
flower. They can give you a flower
right,
the
exactly.
color.
A brooch. Right.
So,
Okay, well, let's get right to the battles now.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Justin asked, obviously you and Barry were similar R&B soul singers, but did you expect to be paired with him in the battles?
That's an interesting question. I don't feel like we're that similar though. I feel like um especially with R&B specifically, like even though it's his own genre, there's a lot of subsidiaries of R&B.
Right.
There's a lot of subsidiaries of soul. Like it's a sound that's there, but you don't pretty much hear any two people that sound the same, at least in my opinion. So I wouldn't say that me and Barry was similar. I can probably, I guess, the soul portion of it, yeah, I'll probably agree with that. But no, I did not expect to be paired with Barry at all. That actually shocked me, if I'm going to be
Who did
honest.
you think you might be paired with? I'll just
Mhm.
expand on this question. He might have asked this too, but did you have anybody that you thought you might while you were sitting in that room when they were making the assignments?
Yeah, I think I had a couple of other people. More, I think the person that I probably thought they would have paired me with was Adam David.
Really?
Yeah,
Mm.
I thought it
And,
would have been Adam David.
and it was not. So
It was not Adam David.
No, it was not.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, but yeah, me being paired with Barry was definitely like a for me.
yeah. Now here's a deep question. Then I'm going to go back to Marsha.
Okay.
Another one from Justin. If you could perform with any male or female celebrity, band, living or dead, who would it be?
Oh no.
Or if you've got several and you don't want to pick a
There you
first,
go.
then you'll say this is my top 3 in no specific order or whatever. So
Yeah,
I'll let you get. Yeah.
I love that.
You love
Top
that?
3 in no a specific order.
Yeah. Oh, put them in alphabetical, and then they can't think you're still playing favorites. But then you have to figure out the alphabet. So you still
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm trying to get you out of getting in trouble. That's what I'm trying.
exactly. First, this is not first. This is no order. Beyonce for sure. Like, I love her voice, and she puts on a great
Oh my,
show.
yes.
Her shows are
Mhm.
absolutely amazing. I
Mhm.
would definitely say Beyonce. When I got into wedding singing, I started like learning more rock music, and I grew to absolutely love Journey, the band Journey. like them in their prime. Oh my God. I just wish I was old enough to be there, but obviously I wasn't. But they were also really good. And then another singer or band. Oh, Michael Jackson for sure.
Oh
Hands
yeah.
down. We love Michael.
Well, if you're doing, first names or first names of band, you did do alphabetical, so there you go.
Did I?
Yeah, you did.
She actually did.
That is wild. I didn't even do that on purpose. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, if you use Michael as the M, but if you
Right.
use Jackson, then we're a little off. But that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's that gets specific.
I love.
But would you have chosen Adam or Legend if they chose you
At the time of
at the time of
blinds.
Blinds?
That's a great question. I think it would have just depended on the pitch, what was pitched to me. That's what drew me to Michael, was what he was saying to
Was
me.
what he was saying.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I really connected to what Michael was saying to me. So I think it would have just depended on their pitch.
Depended on the pitch. We've had other contestants on. They've said that. They said the pitch sometimes sways what they had originally in the back of their mind of what if they said, oh, let's see, these are the 4 coaches. If I could pick one, it'd be this. And then they've chose, they turn for them, but then they hear the pitches and it's like,
this person seems like they align more with what I can do.
Yeah,
for sure.
But that, I just can't imagine the decision process if you do have a choice, what you have to go through and through your mind. I'm sure it's a little bit longer than we know with the cut version, but I'm sure it's not, huh? So
no, it's fairly short. Like between you singing.
After the pitches and
you. And then your adrenaline is still pumping, like you just got done singing, so you don't have like an ample amount of time. Just get it out.
And I'll be nice and not ask you the question I ask everybody, because I'm just going to assume this is you were in a zone and you didn't even know what was going on.
No, I did not.
So there you go. So and then you have to make this major life decision.
What's so funny is I've talked to some of the contestants, and as the show was airing, it's kind of like our first time watching with you guys, because we don't remember any of this. So I'm like, oh, I said that.
Most of them have said that. Yes.
Oh my God.
And so, how many times have you watched your blind audition? How many
that you're willing to admit?
More than
probably
once?
a sickening amount that I can't even count. Over analyzing every little thing that I did, I'm sure. Sickening. For sure.
Well deserved, though. Well deserved.
Exactly.
Now, did you have some friends at home watch it with you, or did you?
I did.
You did. So you didn't watch it alone. You had some friends and family, and
it's just I don't know. It's like obviously like we filmed it already, but like my heart just be racing. Watching it as if it's not even me. I don't know. It's a lot though.
What did your kids think of it, or didn't they really know what was going on?
Yeah, so the twins definitely do not know what's going on. They're babbling. They don't even have teeth in their mouth, so no, they don't know. But my 4-year-old, because she came, when she watched, she like,
oh, that's right, she did. Yeah.
Well, she was 3 at the time, but yeah, she was like, "Mommy, I'm famous," or whatever. So she's.
Well, yes, she
I don't
is.
think she gets it.
Does she have a fan club yet?
No, I need to create her one.
Yeah, she needs a fan club, and
She's
get some endorsements.
I need to do that. Yeah.
She's so adorable. Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. And your twins too. I relate to that from a mom and grandparent point. I have a grandchild who was only a pound and a half when he was born.
My twins,
and he's thriving, and and it's so my heart was really touched by your story and encouragement and love to your whole lovely family, and you're just beautiful.
Thank you so much.
And she looks so cute with her little earphones
with her headphones on. I know. Honestly, when I saw her, like when I was walking on stage to do my blinds, and I was like, if I connect eyes with this child all hell is gonna break loose. So I was like, that also made me nervous during my audition too. But I said, if she sees that I see her, it's going to be a problem in this building.
That is it. Yeah. The when I watch you sing and you feel it translate over the broadcast waves, your sense of being grounded is there. And you can really feel it. I can almost feel you singing from the earth up and
Oh,
out.
love. Thank
And
you.
that is an amazing feeling. And during your battle, which was fabulous because it turned out great for everybody.
It did.
Yeah.
How did
Love
you
that.
when that happened for you and for him? Did that how did that feel to know that he was also going to go forward?
Yeah, I was very
Mhm,
happy. You don't want to see anybody go home, especially
mhm,
like at the time when we were working on our song, we were spending more time with each other than what we had before. So we had kind of like developed a friendship, and obviously, like I didn't want to go home either, but you just
mhm,
hope that like coaches see what you see in your partner or whoever
Mhm.
else is there, and that they also get a chance to stay.
mhm,
That's the one thing that is bad.
I know I hated it.
I mean, and I mean, I haven't been watching The Voice that long, probably about 6 or 7 seasons,
Mhm.
and it seems to me that every season it gets better. The contestants get better, and the
Yeah, God.
what do we want to say? The battles is a good word. The battles are toss ups, most
Yeah,
of them, and it's, as you said, some people have to go home, and it's a shame to see some of the
yeah.
people go home. And I mean, I have been surprised at some of them, but it's like I look at it again and I go, but they both did excellent. It's
Hmm.
like, how would you choose? I mean, I'm glad I don't have to make that
That's hard.
decision. So
It's very hard.
Mhm.
that's all I can say. But
Yeah.
um, going off of The Voice now,
Hmm.
when you're home and your children are asleep, I have to make that distinction, and they are snoozing and you have some free time, what do you like to do? Or doesn't that ever occur and so you don't even know?
No, I'm gonna be very honest with you because my twins are still so small. When they go to sleep, I'm sleep right with them. I am dead asleep right by them. Before, when I only had one, I would probably go listen to some music, take a shower, relax, do my full skincare. No, not right
Not
now.
now. Not
Not
right
right
now.
now.
I was
I am
afraid of that, but
asleep
I just wanted to
right
ask
now.
it anyway,
Yeah.
so because I'm sure in a few years that answer will change. But
I'm sure it will too. I can't wait for the day. I'm not rushing it, but I'm just saying I'll be happy when I get to lay down again.
when you
I,
want to, not when you need to.
Exactly. So when they sleep,
yeah.
I sleep. That's how I do it now.
Mm-mm-mm.
So I'm sure your daughter at the age that she is, does she have a favorite book or story that she likes
Oh
to
my God. Yeah. I don't even know what it's called. I have it somewhere, but it's this really big like uh Dr. Seuss book. It's like 5 or 6 stories in it or something.
Mhm.
And I
Mhm.
think the story is called I Want to Go to the Zoo. She has
Oh
me read
yeah.
that like 3 or 4 times
If I
a
ran the
night.
zoo, maybe is that it?
If I joined the zoo, it's
If I
something like
ran the
that.
zoo, maybe.
Okay,
Mm,
maybe so. Maybe that's
maybe. But he wrote so many books.
he
Yeah.
Yeah.
did.
That's one that she picks a lot.
That's the only one she'll really read out of that particular book. She loves that story.
Mhm. Mhm.
Oh my God.
And does she like you to sing to her? What does she like you to sing for her?
Um, it depends on the day. Toddlers or tykes as they call them are very
Mhm.
wishy-washy. So some days she's like, "Lady, be quiet," and the other days she's actually sitting there listening. So it just depends. It's on whatever vibe she's on that day. That's kind of what happens.
Mhm. So did you grow up in a musical household or?
I did. I did.
Mhm.
So coming up, my mom was actually the choir director at my church. My mom sings really well as well. Love her. Love you, mommy. And then I have an older brother who also sings, and an older sister. I have a younger brother too. He's musically inclined, but I wouldn't say he's like a singer or whatever. But my mom literally used to just have us singing around each other when we were kids, like just harmonizing on different songs, and especially gospel songs. And yeah, just as I got older, I just ventured out and started doing my own thing here and there or whatever.
So did you start doing wedding songs for people in the church? Is that kind of how it's
No,
no?
so
Oh.
I'm originally from North Carolina. I just used to do church, period. It was just whatever we was there for, it was just church. But I didn't start wedding singing until I was 19.
Hmm. So I still don't quite understand how that happens because
Oh, how I got into wedding
yeah,
singing?
uh-huh,
Oh, well, I can give you that story. So that was
yes.
actually just an impromptu thing that happened. I had went down to this place in Atlanta. It's called I don't even remember what it's called. It's like a pizza bar or something, and they do live music, and you can come in and sing. So I was just singing, and the bass player in my band saw me or whatever, and he was a wedding musician at the time, and that's pretty much how I got in it.
So
Just
he
something that
said,
just happened.
"I want you to. Can you do this gig for
Yeah.
with us?" And wow, do you remember the
Doing
first
them ever
song you
since.
did? Do you remember the first song you sang at
I
the?
do remember the first song I sang. It was Respect by Aretha Franklin.
Oh, well, that's a good song to start with.
R-E-S-B-C-T. Yeah.
You jump right into
That's the
that.
first
Mhm.
song I ever sang with and singing.
Wow.
Hmm.
And you mentioned that your family that you've done duets and trios with your family
Yeah.
and I really like harmony to hear family harmonies.
Hmm.
It's a wonderful um uh-oh, did she
Does she?
there? It's wonderful to be able to play off of each other.
Yeah.
And do you have you sung a cappella at all, or is it mostly the music, or?
No, I sing a cappella as well. You just,
Mm-hmm.
when you're singing the music, you can just really feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So,
Mm-hmm. So when you're beginning to think about warming up, now being on The Voice is a whole different thing. You've sung before
for
probably
sure.
thousands of people, but being
Yeah.
on The Voice, how did your preparation um, differ? Did you do? How would you do
It was
differently?
completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, the difference was actually crazy. Obviously, LA is very humid, and I live in Atlanta, which is the South. That was the first thing.
Right.
When I would literally get off the plane, just being in that environment, when I would begin to talk, I sounded like I
Mm.
smoked about 6 packs of cigarettes a day. Like my
Wow.
throat was dry. So the main thing I had to do while I was out there was hydration. I drank so much water. I don't think I've ever drank that much water in my life just to
Mm-hmm.
get through the performance. So I feel like the climate, and I think that's what it was for a lot of us, because that's a completely different climate. It's so dry
It
out
is,
there.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's very
Mm-hmm.
dry. So
Mm-hmm.
I drank a lot of water, tried to pull back on the tea, and I normally drink a lot of tea like before I sing, but it just was not agreeing with me. And just more vocal warm-ups. It was just harder for my voice to stay warmed up being in such a different environment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
not a deciduous forest out there like the East Coast is.
Exactly.
It's very different.
That was different for me for sure.
Hmm. Did you enjoy having the challenge of saying, "Ooh, if I was singing in this climate, I would have to do this"? Do you think it's going to help you in the long term? To
Yes. And I
yeah,
actually thought about that while I was there. I'm like, well, being that I know, how that climate works with my voice, I felt like it was something else I could add to the techniques of things that I've learned being a singer. So
uh,
I definitely think so, yeah.
because there's worse climates than that. So it's good to,
Yes.
especially when you start doing big tours and things.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, and if you go everywhere, you have to be prepared for whatever you come
For
across.
sure.
So.
It actually
mm-hmm.
made me look at the singers that lived in the area a little differently. I'm like, you guys live here. Your voice is already trained, to be in that
Do
climate.
this,
I can
yeah.
only imagine what you'll sound like if you went somewhere in the South and sang or whatever for a little bit. But yeah, I definitely looked at them a certain kind of way. I'm like, kudos to you guys.
Yeah, every place is different, and
For sure.
so it's good to it's good to get that experience. But
Mm-hmm.
bad it was on The Voice, not being, you have to figure out things very quickly so you can
Right.
survive
Mm-hmm.
with that voice training. So
So, have you dabbled into music, writing songs
I
at
have.
all?
I actually have a song out now. It's called Need You Here. It's on
Mm-hmm.
Spotify.
Oh.
But yes, I have.
Mm-hmm.
do you have any more releases scheduled, or
I do.
you do? Okay.
Hmm.
And I'm sure I don't want to say when yet, so that's fine.
Not yet.
I can see the smile. I go, she's not ready to announce it. That's fine. I don't want to push you. So, just so everybody, they just need to start following you on Spotify, so then they can pick up the new stuff when it comes out.
Well, living in Atlanta, which I'm originally from New York City, so we would call Atlanta, we call Atlanta Little New York.
Mhm.
I know that. I hope that doesn't sound too. But and I've been to Atlanta more than a couple of times because I live in Florida right now. But I've been to Atlanta mostly for this all kinds of things happening in Atlanta, for sci-fi conventions and things like that. Are you at all into what kind of? I read
Like
some
anime
about.
and
Yeah.
so I definitely enjoy sci-fi movies. That's probably like my favorite genre of movies.
Mm-hmm.
As far as anime, I mean, I don't dislike it. I grew up watching it because I have two brothers and they watched it coming up, so I watched it by force. But I kind of enjoyed it a
Right.
little bit. I
Hmm.
think you
At
enjoy
least,
it.
at least you're familiar with it. It's not like,
I am.
what are
I'm
you what are
very
you
familiar
talking
with
about?
it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So
So
probably Attack on Titan is probably one that they probably or that
Yeah,
I only know
one of
that
them was
sci-fi
definitely way more
character.
into it than the other one. He used to read like
Mhm.
I think they're called mantras or whatever.
Manga.
Manga. I
Hmm.
said mantras. That's crazy. But yes, he used to read mangas a lot, and
Hmm.
yeah, he dived into it more. But because he watched it, I actually enjoyed it. Yeah,
Hmm. So you mentioned that you like more sci-fi movies,
I love
like
sci-fi. But can
like.
I say something? I like sci-fi movies, but I don't like the Star Wars or the Star Trek series.
All right, I can get that. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm more so like into like the sci-fi that I like is like the more futuristic living
Mhm.
things,
Mhm.
like how Hunger Games, like how that's set up. Like I
mhm.
like more stuff geared in that direction.
Mhm.
Yeah.
More near future kind of
Yes.
stuff.
Futuristic for
Uh,
sure.
uh, have
Hmm.
you ever been to a sci-fi convention, or because
No,
Atlanta does
I
have them?
haven't. I see them like obviously living here. I used to like see people cosplaying or whatever, but yeah, I've never been to one.
Hmm. Hmm. And I know your family is very young, so you wouldn't have probably time for that. But you could dress them up. No, they look so
I don't even
cute.
think
They
they'll
look
let me right now. They'll probably try to fight me.
so cute. But yeah, so so you don't have too much leisure time now, and certainly you're focused on your singing. What are there kinds of music that you haven't explored yet that you kind of are looking forward to exploring?
Yeah, what I've actually never really dabbled into is country. Um, I've sang probably like
Ah.
one or two, maybe five country songs over the years,
Mm-hmm.
but not really
Mm-hmm.
often. But I would love to dabble a little bit more in country for sure.
Mm-hmm. Do you play any instruments? Or
No, and yes, I
mm-hmm.
took piano lessons as a kid, so I can still play like a little bit, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
actually learning now to play the guitar.
Mm-hmm. So has Beyonce sort of been any inspiration as far as delving into country music? Is that kind of encouraged
Um,
you at all?
well, yeah, she's inspiring on her own,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
I kind of always wanted to dabble in it. It's kind of
Mm-hmm.
always just been something. I mean, I enjoy like pieces of it for sure,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to explore it.
Mm-hmm. What about musical theater? Movement, that kind of. Mm-hmm.
So I've actually never really got into that either, but I enjoy that as well. I would have loved like I know when I was a kid, I really liked Cats, the Broadway musicals.
Oh yeah.
So the songs that are in that, I just think that they're beautiful. But yeah, I would hopefully sometime in the future, I would like to get into that
As a performer.
as the performer for sure.
Okay, Justin has some. Let me throw up. This will probably be our last question from the chat room. You auditioned with a Coco Jones song. Then he put the rest of the questions in the next one. Did you get to meet her?
Isn't that interesting? No, I did not get to meet her, and I was probably feet away from that lady at some point.
And did you know that you were 3 feet away, or?
I don't know. I'm just assuming. I probably wasn't even there when she was there, but I'm just no. But I didn't get to meet her. No.
No, that's too bad. That's too bad. Maybe in another time.
Maybe in another time. Yeah.
Yeah. Kaiya, is there anything else you would like to tell your audience that we have not covered, or did we cover kind of a lot of crazy things that that's good?
No. I have some things I'll probably tell in the future, like my kid's birth story and all that stuff. But as of today, I think I told enough.
Okay. So there you go. Marcia, did you have any closing question for her?
I think it's been a wonderful, joyful interview, and I've learned a lot more about you, and I'm excited to see what happens.
Thank you.
What happens in the future of you and the voice.
Thank you so much.
Okay, well, I'm gonna ask. See here, I think you might as well, since kids are so important to you right now. I think you answered this, but Justin asked, "How old are your kids now?"
Yeah, so the one that was on the show, she's now 4. She was 3 at the time, and the twins were 10 months.
Okay, so there you go, Justin. Now we've got this.
But
yeah, we all
bless you and your family.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah, and Kaiya, on behalf of everyone here at the NDB Media Network and Talented Universe, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And if you'd ever like to come back again and tell the story about your kids and all that, we'd love to have you.
Of course.
And just let everybody know that we do have some more of Kaiya's teammates on Monday. We have, is it pronounced, does he pronounce it Divine?
Oh, Divine. Yeah.
Yeah. He'll be on, and Barry will be on with us on Monday.
Barry.
They're both coming on
you,
together.
Barry.
So they'll both be on at Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific time. So you can always pop in the chat room and say hi to them if you want.
Yeah,
surprise.
But anyway, so and let me throw up before we go out the links to NDB Media in case you do want to do it, or you can just click the little Talented Universe icon on YouTube that's there, and you can subscribe, like, or follow that, and so then you won't miss any of our things because we've got more stuff coming up.
Yes, we
do. We will see everyone again out in the cyber universe. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Kaiya.
Thank you, guys.